perceive that once you do it, it is a life skill. It is something that you can take with you to any organization or any place of work, whether it is your own account work or that as a manager, an employee. So I hope that you will fill your bag, your toolkit with this very valuable experience today. As many of you who might have been have done our sessions here would know, you are free to ask questions. Stop us, say, no man, let me ask you a question. Also, we want to just share experiences. You come with your own set of experiences, and when we share together, it makes it a very richer experience. So today, we're going to be talking about management strategies for developing a productive workplace culture. And particularly, what is the role of the manager and supervisor? So, a little background, I am a trainer and have been doing so for it's almost 18 years. And I enjoy doing this. I also substantively the head of the Labor Department, Industrial Relations in the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. And I also come with a background, having been a trade unionist for a number of years. And also, I was senior management on the employer side. So I come with a background of being able to speak from all angles and to really engage you in conversation that hopefully will make you a better manager, better supervisor, much better at trying to improve workplace culture. All right, so just getting to know you, Stokely Tuckett. Do you want to just open your mic and say what organization that you're with and what's your role? And then I'm going to just go through the list. Peter Gay, followed by Stokely.
Morning, Stokely Tuckett.
Morning.
I'm from Incomex Jamaica Limited and I'm currently warehouse manager.
You are there?
Warehouse manager.
Okay, welcome, Stokely.
Thank you.
All right. Peter Gay.
Good morning. I'm Peter Gay King. I am the Human Resources Director for Radius Global Solutions in Montego Bay.
And you're located where?
In Montego Bay.
Oh, Montego Bay. All
Yes.
right. So we have you from Western Jamaica.
Yes,
Welcome.
ma'am.
All right, Shireen Pinnock.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Shireen Pinnock. I am from Incomex Jamaica, and I'm the Human Capital Manager for Incomex Jamaica.
Okay, welcome, Shireen.
Thank you.
All right. Now, I don't know how to call this one here. XJM is
Simone, that's Simone Berry. Simone, you need to change your name.
Let me help you out there. It's
Berry.
Simone Berry Powell from Incomex Jamaica Limited. I'm the business unit manager, sales.
Okay. All right. Welcome, Simone.
Thank
All
you.
right. Paul Edwards. Hello, Paul.
Hi, good morning. Paul Edwards here from Tropical Battery, warehouse supervisor.
All right. Thank you very much, Paul. Patricia Graham. Hi, Pat. Open your mic. Patricia Graham. All right. So seems Patricia is not responding at the moment, but hopefully Patricia will join us in the introduction a little bit later. All right, so on the screen, you should be seeing a PowerPoint presentation. And it says management strategies for developing a productive workplace culture, role of managers and supervisors. Now, what are we going to be discussing? We're going to be looking firstly at what is a workplace culture, discussing the whole idea of a workplace culture and how it fits into ensuring a productive environment or productive efficiency. Oh, Patricia has joined us. Go ahead, Patricia. We're just asking for introductions. Just tell us your organization that you're with and your role. Go ahead, Patricia. I see your hand up. I don't know if Patricia is not hearing. Patricia, your hand is up. You can go ahead, speak, open your mic. All right, if there's anyone connected to Patricia, you can just try to see how we can resolve that. Or Patricia, you can type in the chat to me. All right, so we're going to be looking at strategies to tackle and improve poor workplace culture. And we're going to be looking at how to maintain a productive workplace culture, because there's one thing to establish a good workplace culture, but I think maintaining it takes some doing as well. And we're going to be doing a little simulation exercise. All right, so Paul, when we talk about workplace culture, what comes to your mind?
Basically, it's how the employees operate, function day to day among themselves, and interacting with customers outside and inside. In a nutshell.
Oops. Sorry. I'm just trying to run up a little bit. All right. Thank you, Paul. Pete again.
To me, workplace culture is how similar to what Paul said, how the interaction and what is promoted within the organization in how people interact, how people dress, how people carry themselves and conduct themselves on a day-to-day basis.
Okay. All right. So what is promoted in the organization, how they dress, that's correct, and how they interact. Those are some of the key things.
Right.
So what if I said that the workplace culture really is the whole values, you know, the dress, the way they talk to each other, even whether they call people on a first name basis or not, even simple things as whether people sit to eat lunch together or they sit separately, you know, whether there's this team interaction or people act in a very insular manner. So it's the values systems within the organization. It's what the organization believes. For instance, there's this organization, I think it's JMMB, that says that their organization is built on love. And there is this strong sense of building love for your job, love for one another in the organization, and just being your brother or sister's keeper, and looking out for the other person, being exercising empathy. That word always makes me tongue-tied. And that kind of belief system is something that impacts the organization. What do you believe is a strong organizational culture, and how do you manifest that in your organization? Also, when we talk about organizational culture, it's the behaviors, the attitudes. You know, there are some organizations that say the customer is always right, and therefore, even where we know that so many people are wrong, you know, as customers, their attitude and whatever, there's always an effort to say, let us calm the situation. We apologize for any inconvenience caused. How can we assist in rectifying and, just working through the problem kind of approach. So there are organizations that we would say have very healthy workplace cultures, very healthy value systems, beliefs, and behaviors of managers and staff, but you have some that is just toxic, right? Persons are going simply because they need to earn and not because they really want to work there. And that is not the organization that we want to have based on signing up for this kind of course of study. All right, so the objectives, we're going to be looking at workplace cultures and how it impacts productive efficiency, look at how to tackle and improve performance, maintain productive efficiency and productive workplace culture, and do a simulation exercise, as I mentioned. So when we look at the workplace, we look at a definition of the workplace. And this is something that I've crafted, and you can agree or disagree, expand or contract. So the workplace is really the nucleus or the hub of economic activity for an organization. It's normally the principal place of work and of client interaction. Sometimes it's a physical workplace, sometimes it's a virtual workplace, sometimes it's a hybrid. And there's even the concept that it's no longer a workplace, a physical place, because where persons work remotely, it is now seen as a place of work because it is not a physical space owned by the organization and so, but it is non-traditional, non-conventional. It is a home becoming that place of work, right? So we have that concept as well. Okay, all right. So Patricia says she's hearing us, but she doesn't know why we're not hearing her. So I'm sure a little while from now we can sort out your mic situation, Patricia. All right, so based on the slide that is up, just want to ask Shireen, what is your reaction to this particular notion? That the world of work is changing and even what we call in the workplace is also changing.
No, you're quite right, because of course, COVID really well, it actually caught us off guard because it's novel.
Yes.
So you're quite right when it is actually termed place of work and not workplace, because many of us still have a hybrid approach to workplace, which has now become place of work. So I totally agree with you.
I remember prior to COVID, when you say to persons, oh, work remotely, it's as if that can't happen. I remember even as we are now, doing training online, that was like a no. You were off your rockers to even think that that is going to be effective, and here we are. So I share the sentiment that you have, Shireen, that COVID has been a bad thing, but it has brought many good returns, I would say, because the world is not going to be the same place as it was pre-COVID, and we have learned a lot of good lessons as well, that has advanced the way people work. All right, so we're just going to look a little bit more at the physical and the virtual workplace concept. And the physical workplace is really that geographical location, the traditional workplace. So that geographical location of the organization that serves as a hub of its economic activities. It is normally seen as the base or what we call a place of employment. Now, most organizations, especially in Jamaica, once you're registered with the Companies Office of Jamaica, must have a physical place of work. So even though a lot of organizations are engaged in virtual work, remote work, they must be registered at a particular physical location. So that is still seen as a workplace. However, there are a lot of organizations that have moved their hub from being a physical space to being a platform which is online. So it is where that hub is in what I term cyberspace. And what it does is to give the opportunity for a global marketplace in terms of workers, because here we have persons working from different countries all at the same time with the same organization. So you can be in Japan, you can be in Mexico, you can be in Barbados, you can be in Jamaica, you can be in Singapore. But all these employees, these workers, can be working for the same organization in this virtual space. So as I mentioned earlier, you have a couple of organizations that are operating on a dual platform. They have a physical space plus a virtual space. And the virtual workplaces are normally the preferred choice of multinational organizations, multinational enterprises, so that it is faster to communicate, it is more efficient, more effective. And one of the things that we have to look at when we look at improving workplace culture is that it's all well and good to think about it in a physical setting where you're seeing people face to face every day. But you also have to look at, how do I motivate persons who are working online? How do I improve productive efficiency of persons working online? How do I do team building, with persons online? How do I build relationships and team interaction? So that is one of the key areas that persons are to be focusing on now. And I recognize in the global services industry, that is extremely important. And I recognize that we have participants with that interest in this group today. So virtual workplaces, is normally used by those entities that have gone mostly remote in their work. Now, I don't know if anybody wants to open mic. What about you, Simone? Would you want to share your thoughts on the virtual workplace, in terms of, do you think it is really achieving its purpose? And what are your thoughts on the pluses and negatives in terms of workplace culture?